What's good, Mind Speakers? I know, it's been a while, but I figured we would start this off the way that we used to do things down here at 20 Days of June with the Think Tank. So, without further ado, welcome to another episode of Think Tank, where I talk about whatever comes to my mind because that's just how my fucking brain works. Ready? Let's go. So, it wouldn't be right to start this off without talking about Nipsey Hussle. I don't really have much to say. I really honestly didn't have much to say last week about it, which is why I kind of prolonged this video, because it's senseless. There's nothing that can be said to make it better. There's nothing that can be said to rationalize it. It's just absolute garbage. Just rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. And I think all of us kind of, one way or another, have guilt that maybe we didn't pay attention to Nipsey or show Nipsey enough love while he was here. Although I did recognize Nipsey as doing a lot of positive things for his community, I can honestly say before this, I didn't know it was this much. I didn't know he was teaching kids of color how to code, and the way he had his hands in so many different ways to make his community and the community of a lot of inner cities better, I had no idea about. I just thought he was pretty much a good guy, you know what I'm saying? And I also didn't really listen to much of his music. I've gotten into more of his music since his passing, and I think a lot of us have guilt that we didn't show him enough love. So if you guys see the real ones, you see Cole, you see Wale, you see people that you know are real, that are really trying to get it together, just give your people their flowers while they're here to smell them, and appreciate the messages of the people who are out here spreading them, and not just, you know, get caught up in a bunch of horse shit. Because we do love antics, and especially me, I can't help it, I love an antic. But you can also save some love for people who are trying to make positive changes in their communities and the world, and Nipsey was one of them, so rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. Alright, we have to talk about Cardi B. Why do I always call her Cardi B? At this point, it's just a force of habit. But anyway, that's your name now, girl. Hey, Cardigan. While I was gone, the whole SurvivingCardiB thing happened, which basically, if you've been living somewhere near Patrick Star, let me hit you with the rundown. An old video surfaced of Cardi B on live, basically saying that when she used to work as a prostitute, she used to have to roofie men and then take their money and then run off in the night like the Hamburger or whatever. And all of a sudden now, everybody was saying SurvivingCardiB, she's Cosby B, all this other shit. And I feel like this was started by people who A, want to see Cardi lose, or B, want to see R. Kelly get off. And if you think I'm taking my foot off of Robert Kelly's neck, you're out of your goddamn mind. Robert Kelly is a predator. So the only problem I have with this whole thing is don't put that onto the R. Kelly thing. The R. Kelly thing, no. That is its own thing, and R. Kelly is going down. R. Kelly is a danger, and R. Kelly is a threat. R. Kelly doesn't do what he feel like he had to do to survive. R. Kelly just wreaks havoc on young black women because he can, because he wants to, and because nobody cares about black girls. That's a completely different thing, and I don't like people playing with the severity of that. Period. I don't give a fuck. No, not having it. And this is coming from somebody, and I know a lot of people, you know, on the internet that are doing this ain't been through shit. I've been drugged at a college party before by sorority girls who thought it was funny. So, listen, and we ain't going into that today, but I've been there. But I do not think that there is a large power structure of women who are taking advantage of men. Like, I don't. So, even though it's wrong, and I'm not saying what Cardi did was right, I feel like the R. Kelly thing is all about dismantling this power structure that men have over women. I just don't see that for the Cardi B thing. But if you don't want to stream her music, okay, don't stream money. I don't give a fuck, whatever. But the one thing I can say about the SurvivingCardiB thing that is the truth is that I've been said, Cardi, you use too many sympathy cards. You use way too many sympathy cards for people to constantly let you get off. People can't keep hearing you cry and scream and wah about what you had to do in the hood to get on, and then at the same time, in the same Snap story, see a lamb truck. None of us have lamb trucks. You're picking $500,000 deposits and you're buying cars outright because you don't have a license. Cardi, you're very rich and you're richer than all of us. So realistically, the average person is not going to see themselves in you no matter how much you try to bring it back to that point. You're deviating from it because people are not gonna keep seeing you as that, and that's okay. But with that, you have to move different. The sympathy cards aren't gonna keep working. And honestly, you've used a lot of them because people were ready to get your ass up out of here for some shit that realistically wasn't even that serious. So imagine what it is. But of all the things that Cardi B is, I don't think she's a predator. Y'all wanna play to catch a predator? Go and catch Kodak Black and get him the fuck up out of here. That's a predator. But I ain't even going into that shit. Let's talk about the Billboard Awards nominations. Because Cardi B has 21 Billboard Awards nominations, and I think that's one less than the most ever, which was Drake and I don't know, Cobra Starships or some white shit, whatever. And of course, Miss King Kong is being brought up when the King Kong lady isn't doing anything to anyone. Nicki Minaj's name is a tongue because it stays in a bitch mouth. She's not doing anything, nothing. She got back from Europe, she had a great tour. What else did you want from the lady? She's getting ready to gear up and put out her 5th album and gearing up for the US tour. Leave that lady the fuck alone. Every good thing that happens to Cardi is not a bad thing for Nicki Minaj and vice versa. Been saying that for over a year and nobody cares. But here's my thing. Cardi B wants to be an awards show darling. And we all know being an awards show darling comes with politics. And we also know people who really don't do the politicking really aren't awards show darlings. And Nicki Minaj has never had a problem ruffling a couple of feathers when she feels disrespected or when she feels something is not right, which is the antithesis of being political. So if we're looking at the span of Nicki Minaj awards, Nicki Minaj has gotten 345 nominations according to Wikipedia, of which she's won 115 of them. That would mean 33%, which means only 1/3 of awards she's won. And honestly, you could probably count 6 of them to BET alone. So it's like, being an award show darling has never been Nicki's objective. It's clearly Cardi's. Cardi wants awards. Cardi wants to hit the charts by any means necessary, fair and unfair. But realistically, we're looking at Cardi B, the amount of weeks she's been on the charts, she's literally nearing Beyonce. Does that mean all of a sudden y'all niggas don't like Crazy in Love? No, it doesn't. So it's like, whatever. But congratulations to Cardi. I mean, get your awards if they mean something. I just don't think that anyone cares, because the reality of the situation is Cardi B wants to win these awards because winning these awards will solidify Cardi B. If Nicki Minaj won the awards, how would it improve her Nicki Minajness? How would she be more of a Nicki Minaj for a Billboard award? Exactly. It's just a friendly reminder, a public service announcement, that just because you are friends with one of my friends does not make you my friend. Which means if I am your friend and you have a friend that I know does not like me, better make sure that mouth is signed, sealed, and delivered, because if it's not, we're gonna have an issue. Here's the deal. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not everybody's squeeze of lemon. May not be the McDonald's fry of human being. Maybe I'm more of, you know, the truffle fry. Maybe I'm more of that. I'm more of the more expensive, acquired taste of a human being. And that's completely okay. However, if you know me the way I think you know me, if you're my friend, you better tell your friend that they're in danger if I catch that friend even looking at me crazy from across the table, because then we're gonna have issues and I will blow up your birthday dinner. And half the reason why I'm going to blow up this birthday dinner on the first place is because there's tension between me and you, because as my friend, you shouldn't be friends with someone who's talking shit about me to you, because if you're letting somebody talk shit about me to you, then therefore there is a bigger problem, which is why someone feels comfortable talking shit about me to you when you were supposed to be my friend. Do you see the issue? Plenty of issues. So that's all I'm saying. Let's just make sure, if you're going to put me in a room with someone who does not like me or has an opinion or something to say about me, just make sure that that mouth is shut and that smile is stamped. Because if it's not, the issue we're gonna have is much bigger than what you got to say about me or what I got to say about you. These next couple of segments are going to be called Leave Blank the Fuck Alone. The first one we're going to leave the fuck alone is Diddy. Leave Diddy the fuck alone. He did not marry Kim Porter. He gets it. He did not marry Kim Porter. He's also grieving in public. Why? Because sometimes that's just how people get that shit off. He is hurt. He clearly feels some type of unresolvement with their relationships and her sudden passing. He probably always thought there would be time, but every time he posts a picture, it does not require a comment from any of you broke crust buckets saying, "You ain't married her though." Okay, clearly he understands that there is some form of regret in that relationship, but that's a human being. Like, where is your coot? Leave Diddy alone, let him mourn. It sucks, it's sad enough. And it's sad enough for all of those people and all those kids, especially when they have all the money to fix everything, but the one thing they can't motherfucking fix is that. So imagine how that feels. Leave them alone. Next person that needs to be left the fuck alone. Rihanna. Leave Rihanna the fuck alone. I actually didn't realize this is the longest we've been without Rihanna music ever. Like, I thought the wait between unapologetic and anti was like 4 years, but apparently it wasn't. And apparently we've been waiting longer from anti to now, which is nuts, because Rihanna used to release so frequently that I didn't even realize that. Actually, is that 3 years now? All right, Rihanna, that's a lot. I have no concept of time. Ooh, we're not getting into that. But anyway, Rihanna posted a picture of her new Fenty Beauty bronzer or whatever the fuck. Some Fenty Beauty shit, because she's, you know, making everything. Fenty pillowcases, Fenty sharpeners, Fenty toenail clippers, whatever. Somebody rudely comments to Rihanna, "Okay, now, can you please go back to singing?" And she goes, "I love how y'all tell me what to do. It's great." Another person said, "Annoyed, we want the album, sis." And Rihanna said, well, this is bronzer. Listen, Party Next Door has been in the basement. I've said it forever. The album is clearly done. There's clearly a time frame. Rihanna needs to be able to release this album when she's ready to release the album. But if y'all keep badgering Rihanna, all that's gonna happen is she's gonna push it back. Y'all have to understand, if Rihanna decides to do music, she's going to do music out of passion and passion alone. Music does not pay the bills the way that people thinks it pays the bills anymore, because of the way people are robbing via streaming and ain't nobody buying shit. Music is a passion project. So if she's doing Fenty Beauty or Fenty pillowcases or Fenty lamps or Fenty TVs or Fenty mirrors or whatever the fuck, if she's doing that, it's because that's paying the bills more than music. Because nobody buys music. I told you, you want people to do music, but if you don't put anything into music, what's that gonna do? They gonna get the bag elsewhere. So now you're getting Fenty albums less frequently. Sorry, but if you keep badgering that lady, we may not get shit. Leave her alone. Last but not least, leave Ella Mai the fuck alone. Jacquees, your double Dutch size ass knows you are too damn grown to constantly keep badgering Ella Mai about this boot up or the trip or whatever. No, it's trip. About this trip situation. I've never even heard Jacquees' trip. You wanna know why? Because I don't wanna hear Jacquees ever. Like, I'm tired. What else do you want, Jacquees? You did a cover of a song, but you trying to put out a video of the song and you trying to take over the song. It's like, you are doing this all for clout. You're coasting off the fact that Ella Mai had the biggest R&B year of last year. It was pretty much Ella Mai and her, but Ella Mai has more of a pop sensibility and a top 40 sensibility than her does. And it's like, Jacquees, you have no music of your own. He's talking about, oh, all these songs is popping, all these songs is platinum. Okay, the only Jacquees song I even know of is BED. You tell me if you have ever heard like a Jacquees song the way you hear a Chris Brown song. He's acting like he's like he's literally Chris Brown or something, or Trey. No, none of you. There's actually, I don't think any R&B niggas that are that big right now. Maybe Khalid, but that's not really in our community either. Khalid is bigger, you know, amongst the pop fans. The most clout Jacquees has ever gotten has been from calling himself the king of R&B and making people mad. But realistically, his music has not spoken to anyone as large as his antics have. Ella Mai has hits on hits on hits on hits on hits in a perfect album. So just put that back into your own music, because realistically, the last Jacquees album hit the fucking floor. I only know one person that liked it. I don't know anybody who liked that shit. Enough! We got some Beyonce news. First, somebody took it upon themselves to leak a picture of Beyonce's children onto the internet, in which, as much as I would love to see Beyonce's children, because Beyonce just has the most beautiful children. I think they're so cute, and they all have that little, like that eyebrow, that what was said brow, is my favorite thing. But I just don't agree with people leaking pictures of Beyonce's kids after the way y'all treated Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy got called all types of disgusting things because y'all were upset that she was black, that she had her father's nose and lips, and that she didn't have 2A hair. Y'all want her to look like Northwest so bad, and it's like, she's not mixed, she's the product of two black people. And so Beyonce decided with these twins, they ain't none of your goddamn business, and so we still haven't seen them. And unfortunately, somebody took it upon themselves, who is probably dead now, took it upon themselves to leak a picture, and the cease and desists went out, and the picture is nowhere. So it was pretty much squashed. Like, the Shade Room didn't even pick that up. But Jason Lee's big ass from Hollywood Unlocked got clocked and basically told, bitch, I don't know where you got it, but take it the fuck down. I don't remember which song leaked. Was it Grown Woman or Standing on the Sun? But when that leaked, and all of a sudden the Beyonce goons came out, and it was like, not only do you better take that shit down, but where the fuck did you get it? Like, when Beyonce decides to send out the goons, you might want to duck and cover. So I ain't posting that picture of Beyonce's kids, but they bad cute. Also, she has a documentary coming out called Homecoming, and it is about last year's Coachella performance, Beachella, and it's about the making of it and how she made it and how she's all fully involved in the processes. It's basically Life is But a Dream, but about this. And I honestly cannot wait, because it's one thing just to see Beyonce be Beyonce, but it's another thing to see what Beyonce has to do with the final show. Because there are a lot of artists who have nothing to do with the final products. Beyonce is one of those people who she sits down with the designers, she watches the dancers, she picks the lights, she's up 24 hours. Like the last one, what'd she say? Oh, I forget other people need to sleep and eat and use the bathroom. Like, she's nuts. So, and Blue Ivy's choreography, let me tell you something. Blue Ivy has literally sat through and has fully perfected multiple Beyonce dance choreography sessions. Beyonce gets called the Michael Jackson of our generation, and Blue Ivy is literally sitting here at 7, just going through the moves like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Like, what? Blue is about to kill it. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Blue Ivy just decides she's gonna be rich and live in like New Orleans or Prague or some shit like Solange and just drop when she wants to drop and just move on. It is also said that Solange has pulled out of Coachella this year because of production issues. I don't really think it's production issues. I think it has a lot to do with the album and the reception of it and the fact that it's not really much to perform. It's not really lyrically intense or lyrically provocative at all, so there's nothing that I would really want to see performed. And I've seen Solange live. I saw her live at Afropunk, and when she was performing the cuts from True and the cuts from A Seat at the Table, we had a great time because she puts on a great show. She has a great stage show. But if there's nothing to be said, what are you doing on the stage? Can you imagine a sea of drugged out whites and Solange is just sitting here? I saw things I imagined. I saw things I imagined. I saw things I imagined. Things I imagined. I saw things. No. It's not stadium music, it's not concert music, so Coachella is not the place for that. Apparently a piece of a Kendrick Lamar verse, Kendrick dissing Big Sean, has leaked. I don't really know how that happened because TDE seems to be kinda airtight besides that one time that laptop got lost, but other than that, TDE's kind of airtight, so how does something leak? Whether it's old or new, I smell a stunt. But anyway, it reads as follows. I think his false confidence got him inspired. I can't make them respect you, baby. It's not my job. You're finally famous for who you date, not how you rhyme, boy. Cute ass raps, get your puberty up. And that is Kendrick talking about Sean. Now I want to hear from you. Who do you think would win that battle? Kendrick or Sean? How do I feel? I feel like the safe vote is to choose Kendrick just because of the way Kendrick raps and the way he punches. It's kind of like a jab, like it's like a stab, like a shank. But y'all underestimate the fuck out of Big Sean. The only thing I'm gonna say about Big Sean is that Big Sean's just not mad. Like, how are you gonna get Big Sean mad in order for him to really spar with you? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's gonna do it. But if you do, Big Sean can fucking rap. So I think it's gonna be closer than what they think it is if it comes to that. But right now, everybody's on peace and love because of the Nipsey situation, and I just don't know if it's gonna go there. I don't think we wanna see rap beef right now. I don't really think that's what we wanna see, so. I mean, I would still wanna see it. As long as it's like on wax. Like, I don't wanna see like violence, but I mean, it's on wax. Like, whatever, kumbaya, y'all. Now we're gonna move along to put you on as usual. If you have any songs you wanna put me on, leave it in the comment box below. I'm always looking for new music and I haven't done this in such a long time that there are so many songs that I could probably discuss. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go through my personal playlist and rapid fire some songs to you guys. You guys can let me know if you want me to do an in-depth video about more of these songs or give me some songs that you want me to listen to. Maybe I'll go live, we'll listen to some songs together. We can do that too. I'm open to all types of shit. Let's start off with the Saweetie EP. Okay, it's clear where Quavo has helped in the Saweetie, you know, thing, because her beat selection is pretty great, and I can tell that's because Quavo can pull some strings because he's well established. I just don't know, I'll say this about Saweetie. I appreciate that she's trying because I said this on Twitter and a lot of people got mad. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how you take it. I feel like Saweetie has the fixins to become face value and have somebody behind her writing if she really wanted to. And honestly, you can tell that she's really trying and she's really writing this shit, which to me means something because she could do exactly what Cardi doing. If she really wanted to, she absolutely could because she is marketable. She's just a smidge black. Let me tell you, they could do some work with Saweetie if they really decided to. So let's just be happy that she's trying before she does take the easy way out, because she can. But she does have this song on her EP called My Type, which samples Freak a Leak by Petey Pablo, which if you was like in 6th grade when this came out and you wanted to be bad like I did, this is fire. This song is a trigger. It's only about 2 minutes long, but it's great. I love this song. Also THiNK, who gets forgotten about because she doesn't do any of these fucking shade room ass antics that the rest of these girls are doing. She just kind of drops her shit and hopes her art speaks for itself. But also my problem with THiNK is I feel like Timberland kind of cracked the seal. You only get one time to be new before people know you and they don't know what they know you for. And I feel like her seal has been cracked and that fucking sucks because he wasted her upswing. But she has a new song out called Bad Side, which is amazing. THiNK has been putting out great content. Bad Side and Different are both amazing songs from THiNK. Homebody remix, Lil Durk, Melly, and Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor smoked that. I'm not the biggest fan of Melly. I have opinions on Melly that I'm gonna just shut my mouth on. We'll talk about Melly later, but Tiana Taylor smoked that. Nowhere to Run, Bryson Tiller and Ryan Trey is a fantastic song. I could keep going forever, man. I just love a lot of music. I love Anderson .Paak's new song with Smokey Robinson. That shit fire. Clout, Offset, and Cardi B is fucking fire. Cardi B smoked that verse. Look, I can keep going, but I'm not. So I will link all those songs that I just talked about below. You guys let me know what music that you guys want me to talk about that I may have missed, and I'll come back and I'll talk about it. You know, we have dialogues here. We do what we do. Anyway, that's it for this week's episode of Think Tank. As usual, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If not, suck a dick, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Deuce. You were dating French's friend, Chinks. R.I.P. to Chinks. He was shot in Queens, right? And Malika couldn't even go pay her respects. You wanna know why you couldn't go pay your respects, Malika? Do you want to tell everybody, or I should? I will.